Go ahead.
Do you have if you did run, do you have like a line that you're looking for or name?
Yes, the goal in the best case scenario would be to get the Libertarian Party, obviously I'm Libertarian, right? And I ran as a Libertarian the last 2 times. The We the People Party, if I can get that is the line that RFK Jr. used last year when he tried to get ballot access here in New York State. I'd love to get the conservative line, they would give it to me, but I know the conservative line probably wouldn't because they tend to follow the Republican Party. I know, but I hope it's different. I hope it's different this time. I'd love to have that line also, of course. And look, if Republicans want to let me run in their primary, I'm open to running in a primary also if they want to do it. I'm happy to have them do what they want to do. But the odds of Republicans are there are slim. Did I answer the question? Yes. Go ahead.
What's your position on AI? It's innovative technology, but it's also a job killer at the same time.
AI, sadly, is unstoppable. And the reason why it's unstoppable is AI is actually a weapon system. People don't recognize that it's not a technology, it's a weapon system. What I mean by that? AI will control the battlefield in the next 5 years. It's already on the battlefield now in Ukraine right now. It's already on the battlefield in the Middle East right now. It will control the battlefield in the next 5 years. So there is no way, no matter what we say or do, that AI is going away. The government is going to push it because they know that if they don't, the Russians will, or the Chinese will, or whoever else will. So you're correct, and we're screwed. So how do we fix that? Fix that by doing 2 separate things. Number one, recognize something. AI, your job isn't going to be replaced by AI. Your job was replaced by someone who knows AI. So now our training has to be heavily in AI in everything we do. We must embrace it to the best of our ability to control it. We can't control it if we don't know it or embrace it. There's no way. It will take over. You're correct. We have to not fight it, but utterly embrace it to control it. That's number one. Number 2, we have to make sure that we understand the trades are where we are now. Human words, human deeds, touching people, being around people is what the new jobs are going to be. We've got to stop thinking that as a migrant comes and fills in one of our jobs. We can do them. We should be doing those jobs. Mike Rose been talking about this for years. Remember he had 30 Jobs, the whole TV show?
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for years. Decades we've been talking about it. If we get people to actually decide we want to do physical jobs, connect with each other. And the problem that we have here is we've been told for decades, don't do that. Stay away. Right? We've been told text, don't talk.
Jobs.
Looking down. Oh, was looking down on blue collar jobs. Yes, looking down. There's people who won't date based upon whether you have a blue or white collar job.
And I'm a guy, so I know.
Yes, 100%. Yes, they won't date people because you don't have the right kind of job. You're right.
Yeah.
Wow. So that, you're exactly right. That's how we make that change. That's the only answer. That might have been a good answer, but I'm giving you the one answer.
I just want to answer regardless if it's fancy or not.
Yes. Well, no, what I didn't do, I didn't go, oh, Democrats screwed it, Republicans screwed it. I gave you an answer. Yes, go ahead.
If you decide to run, are you going to be allowed to run? Because didn't Hochul, back when she first got in there, ban the say?
No, that was Cuomo. That was Cuomo.
Cuomo, okay.
Yeah, Cuomo
Right.
destroyed the Libertarian Party.
Right.
In 2018, the Libertarian Party had ballot access. We actually won ballot
Right.
access, and we had gone from 0 libertarians in the state to 107 in 1 year. Because again, as I told you, I cross the state every year. So when I crossed the state in 2018, I crossed it again in 2019. I supported local candidates. I will physically show up. I will bring the press. I will show up and help out local candidates, help raise money for them. That's what I was doing. So we had 107 victories in 2019. Cuomo saw that and went, oh,
Yep.
we can't have that. He then changed all the rules. And he said he did it because of Working Families Party. That was a lie. Working Families supported him, still support him, continue to support him. Has never changed. They still support him. And they still exist. So he didn't get rid of them. What did he get rid of? Us. He got rid of Libertarians. Libertarians went away. We were the only really independent party at that point. There were no other parties who were doing anything really that were rock and roll at that point. So he got rid of us. We tried to fight back in 2022, but we got screwed off the ballot. So we couldn't make it in 2022 with the new rules. We'll do it again next year. This time we'll know how to do it, the right money, and the right answers. We'll be able to make it happen next year.
All right, here's the questions. I already know somebody's watching this.
I know.
Number 1, what are you going to do for veterans?
Yep.
And number 2, education.
Yes.
So far, New York Post says that they're going to pay more per pupil now in New York City, and enrollment is even less.
Yes.
So those are 2 hot topics. Veterans
So
and education.
let me touch education first. It's a long one. Let me do veterans first, because that's the short one first. And that's what some time in education. Education is very long, but I will give you an answer. Veterans. The saddest part about our veterans issues is, generally speaking, most of it's federal. That's the problem. Right? Most of the veteran issues are federal. It's hard for us at the state level to actually fix it. The way we can repair it, though, is with local initiatives, meaning supporting VFWs, supporting American Legions, supporting individuals. How do we do that? So law was going to put do, which is at the end of any year, if you owe the state any money, whether you owe it be it fines, fees, taxation, whatever you owe, you can take $20 of that if you want to and give it to a local non-government funded nonprofit. If it's in your county, it's double to 500. What does that mean? Now we're going to have veteran groups begin to pop up and assist. Imagine if you could fund your local VFW with $500 times 1,000 people every year. Right? 500 bucks times 10,000 people every year. All of a sudden now your VFW, all of a sudden now your American Legion, all of a sudden has an extra $500,000 per year. That will change everything. You want veteran support? Allow veterans to support veterans. Allow them to get around the federal government. The federal government, sadly, the VA, which to give the VA credit, it has gotten better. That's true, it's gotten better, but it's still not good. How do I know that? I'm a veteran. 22 people, veterans still kill themselves every single day. The number hasn't changed. It's not working. Let veterans support veterans. That's how you fix the veteran issue at a state level. Federal level is different. I have more instances federal level. State level, that's about the best you can do. Education, massive gains in education. Number one, we have to create our own sovereign fund. Alaska has one, so believe it or not, does Singapore and Norway. We call it the New York State Social Trust. How do you deal with that? We actually live it. Socialism can't work when you add capitalism. Say this how it works. Just add capitalism, right? Then it's fine, right? By itself it never works, right? But if you add capitalism, it's fine. So what happens? We get our own social trust. Within 2 years, we raise enough money so that we can actually pay for education directly out of the trust. If you pay for education directly, that ends all school tax. School tax goes away, most people's property tax is cut in half. Now we have seniors instead. But not just that. We get rid of all federal clause on our education. The reason why education is so bad is federal mandates. Federal strengths, what happens? We get over maybe up to $8 billion every single year from the federal government into education systems. What does that mean? Bloat, administration. We have areas in New York State where there are more administrators than teachers. That's true. More than teachers. You see that? Yes. More than teachers. What's wrong with this? So we keep adding this. What are we adding them for? To make sure we make a specific draft that goes to the federal government. We follow this rule, follow that rule, follow the other rule. How about follow none of the rules people don't want to follow? All those people go away. Now you can give teachers raises. Now you can put more money into the classroom. Do whatever you want. Flat fees, but I'm not done. The entire system should be this. It should be a K through 10 system, not K through 12. The last 2 years of high school are a colossal waste of time. For most kids, it's smoking weed, gym, and playing video games. It's a waste of time. Instead, allow people at 16 years old, take a test. If you pass the test, you have a high school diploma. At this point, we have a problem. The New York State Constitution says we have to pay for grades 1 through 12. It's what we have to pay for. Okay, great. I'm going to follow the same way that I did when they did when I was in the Marine Corps. When I got in the Marine Corps, they gave me a GI Bill. They gave me X dollars and 10 years suspended. We're going to go instead. Each student gets $20,000 and 5 years suspended. Now, you say to yourself, well, I'm a kid, I'm 16, I've taken the test, so I have a high school diploma. I see what I want to do with my life, but right now, what I think, I'm going to go to a 2-year school. Let's say you want to go to trades, go to 2-year trade school. You go to a 2-year trade school, you either get out with an actual skill, or maybe you're an apprentice, with the case may be, you're ready to rock and roll at 18 years old. How much that trade school going to cost you? I can guarantee you, $20,000. How do I know that? That's what the government's paying. The schools who pay what the government tell them to pay. I don't want to be in trades. I want to be a doctor or a lawyer. Great, go to a specialized school. Go to a specialized 2-year school to prep you for your law degree, to prep you for your medical degree, so you can get out earlier and get yourself back in action. Instead of having 4 years to graduate, it'll take you 2 or 3, even better. I'm not sure what I want to do. No worries. Go to a regular prep school just to figure out if you want to go to college or not. You want to do that? Go get a job. Start working at 16. Learn actual work ethic at 16 years old. No one's gonna die like a loom accident or something. This is the 1800s. Kids will go out and work, they want to go work, or they won't. They'll learn a work ethic. Why do I say that? If we change your education to that road, what will happen? Right now, when kids go to college, it takes an average of 6 years to graduate college. An average of 6 if they even graduate. And the boys graduate at a far lower rate than girls do. It's almost 2 to 1 now, girls and boys that are graduating. So instead, let's stop doing that. Prep them for school so when they go to college, they know what they're for and they graduate. I would rather them graduate 2 or 3 years than 6. Now they're up and running and stuff done. I don't need all the kids staying at home. Let's get them out.
MTA, 3 things you do in your first
All right, I'll cover that too. I hope, did I finish my education? Is that good? All right, there's more in education, but I'm going to swap off, so for those of you upset, I'm going to go to MTA. Number one thing with MTA, you've got to figure out how to do a couple of things. You've got to figure out how to make it better in general. One thing's not enough, I'm going to give you a couple of them. Number one, we have to allow for freight to come into the city in evenings. So right now, if you go to the MTA, the subways, at night they run about half speed, sometimes a third of speed. Since the lockdowns, New York City, it's kind of shuts down. New York City used to never sleep, now it does that. So you can actually go to about 1/3 of the train running at night. They already do that already. What should we do? Every other train instead should be a freight train. Allow the freight to come to the city. Now you're gonna say, wait a minute, we can't do that. That's a whole different type of train system. You're right, it is. We can't do that. It'll take us forever to fix it. You're right, it would. We can't do that. It costs so much money. You're right. I can solve all of that. All of that stuff, but there's one thing. Allowing places like Amazon, places like FedEx, for them to build it instead. They build it. Yes, they build it. You let Amazon build that in, they'd happily build that. Why would it cost billions of dollars? Amazon's marketing budget alone is $10 billion a year. Just marketing. They could easily take $2 billion and fix this thing. Easily and laugh and be happy to do it. Let them make that new hub. The hub is called the Amazon Hub. I don't care. Larry, I don't like seeing Amazon stuff. Do you like having a shitty MTA? No, then take Amazon, because that's what is going to happen. Not just that, Amazon builds it. Here's what happens, it has to build on time. Why? Because if the government builds it and it fails, what happens? Give my money. Give my money. Just keep going. What if Amazon says build it and they fail? Amazon sues them and puts them under. Correct. Amazon sues them, puts them under. If Amazon says it's being built 2 years, it'll be built 2 years. Because they're private sector. It will be built. Now all of a sudden we get a brand new system underground. Whether it's Amazon, FedEx, any combination. We get a brand new system underground. Not just that, because of that, you will have to have Wi-Fi in it. Because they'll need Wi-Fi in their trains. We will actually Wi-Fi the entire MTA. And how much will you pay? Nothing. We're already loaded. We're already loaded. That's number one. Number two, we have to lease out naming rights to our bridges and tunnels. We own them, we still own it, but we lease out naming rights. What does that mean? So now instead of it being the, whatever, I don't know, the Ed Koch Bridge, instead now it's the Amazon Bridge, or it's the Pepsi Bridge, or it's the 3M Bridge, or it's the McDonald's, I don't care. But Larry, I don't want to see McDonald's on it. So what? What's your answer? A crushed city? Give another answer? More taxation? More people leaving? If you got a better answer, my ears are open, but you don't. Your answer is, I don't like it. Too bad. Our city's broken, we have to fix it.
It's too commercial.
It's too commercial. Yes, good. But when I go on my phone, I see 80,000 commercials that I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Right? When I go on Amazon Prime now, I get a commercial every movie now. I'm okay with that.
No.
But I'm not okay with seeing someone on a bridge. Right? See it. That happens. They will give us hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars every year. How do I know that? They give us $20 million a year for stadium they use on weekends. I'm giving them a bridge that's mentioned 1,000 times every single day in every newspaper or on every radio station during the traffic, right? On the Google Maps, everywhere. They'll happily pay. How do I know that? They already asked me in 2018 when I had this idea. Bankers came to me and said, Larry, how long's the lease? I said, 12-year lease, front loaded. They said, okay, we like it. 12-year lease, front loaded. Why? Because they also control maintenance. So if they don't pay up, they don't have to maintain maintenance, we got our money up front, they lose the bid, the next person comes in. So now I got money coming in to the MTA, and I got a brand new MTA, and keep prices down. So I get better service, prices stay down. Not just that, if they're paying for maintenance, why in the world do I have tolls on my bridges? Right? Don't even tolls go away. So tolls go away, and on top of that, I got a good, better service, and no taxpayer dollars. I'm a libertarian, taxpayers pay more money. Not a thing. Third thing, actually, I'm going to do the third thing. We want to create within the system itself what I call the carrying caboose. What is the carrying caboose? Carrying caboose is the last car to bear the train. Is a place that people who are in mental trouble, illness, can go to safely. They just go to that place called the carrying caboose. It is not, no cops are there, it's private security, and it is sponsored by local medical facilities. They get their advertisement there, you go there. So now someone's having a problem, you don't have to meet them up. You might need to if they're being violent, I get it. But if they're not being violent, you don't have to. You can say, hey, go to the carrying caboose. Head on back there. What's going to be there? They're going to have Wi-Fi, I'm talking about already. Now you sit them down. You're in trouble, let's have a conversation, see if I can get you squared away. Are you in our system? Oh, you are. Hey, where's your husband? Where's your wife? Where's your cousin? If you have someone in your life who's an addict, you will find very often is go away. That happens, right? Go away. Sometimes you can't find them. When all of a sudden they're carrying the boost, I know who your contact is. I call you up and go, hey, you know your brother's here, your sister's here. Can you come get her? We're gonna drop her off at Story Boulevard. You pick her up, done deal. You do those three things, you will have a safer MTA, you have a more efficient MTA with no extra cash whatsoever. Did I answer your question? Yes. You might go, Larry, I don't like your answers. Good, you got some. I'm happy to have that conversation.
Yeah,
I'm
I
happy to
have
have
the
that
most
conversation.
difficult question of them all.
Go ahead, please.
What are you going to do about the sanctuary city, and what are you going to do about Donald Trump?
Sanctuary
That's going to be the
state.
number one question in 2020.
I'm gonna give you both. Sanctuary cities, Donald Trump. I'm not against the idea of sanctuary cities, I'm not against the idea conceptually. Right? I'd like sanctuary cities for the Second Amendment, that'd be nice. I'd like that too. The concept of local people pushing back against bigger government, I'm not against that conceptually at all. The issue is we did it all with no plan and horribly, and it just hurt everybody, particularly in the Bronx. It hurt a lot of people. You can fix this. Here's how you fix it. You set up what I call an Ellis Island here in the Bronx. You set one up. How do you set it up? You literally have the government give out some of its land, and then lease it out to recruiting companies. I'm not joking. You lease out to recruiting companies. Recruiting companies build a massive hotel structure. We do it already. They do it for medical tourism in Southeast Asia. You build a massive infrastructure, and anyone who wants to be an immigrant has to go to that facility. You coming in here, you must go to that facility. If you don't go to that facility, guess what happens? Now we can arrest you for torture. Now we can. Because if you don't go to that facility to be vetted, you're not a good guy. Because in that facility, you'll be vetted. How do I know to be vetted? These are literally companies that send people across the globe, every day millions of them, into companies across the globe. They vet them and they send them and they go through the system. And somehow there's not massive murders in like Google across the world or across the world. They know how to vet people. Send them there. They will vet them. Who's going to pay for it? They will. The migrants now are paying coyotes how many thousands of dollars to come across. Don't pay the coyotes, pay the recruiting company. Not just that. Recruiting companies already make money by putting people in jobs. You got a job upstate New York on some farm, they call a recruiting company, I'll send them up. Go, now you get a job. Give them an orange card, which is a special card, not a green card. It's a working permit for 2 years. That's all it is. 2-year working permit, go work, pay your taxes. There are 2 rules on a working permit. Rule number 1, they're not allowed to take any public assistance. Rule number 2, they must check in every 2 years. If they don't check in every 2 years, we can go get them. If they take public assistance, we'll get them. If none of those is true, check in, keep working until you want to go home. Go home when you're ready. Work, go home. Pay your taxes, work, go home, whatever you want. You do that, here's what will happen. The people who are serious, who just want to work, will fill jobs, will voluntarily go to this place. Because they will, why wouldn't they? The people who are the bad guys, who we're having trouble with here, they won't go. Now, there's such a thing as grabbing something off the streets of innocent. That goes away. Because the innocent people go there. We give them an opportunity to go there. That's how you fix the situation. Does that make sense? Did I answer his question? He left.
I think so.
No, he's, yeah.
Okay.
My issue with that.
Hold on, I got it.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry, go to the second piece he said. You want to
Okay,
stand
so I
up?
was
Good.
saying with if, before you can give people who are not from this country jobs,
Yep.
you really need to give American people jobs.
This is why I talked about earlier about the opportunity piece. Right, we would already have the opportunity piece available. This isn't in a vacuum, right? You're making this happen for the course of years while you're now getting New Yorkers to stay, open up businesses, have more jobs, be in trades. Right, so what would happen is as we start building the trade jobs, we'll have less of a need for migrants. There won't be jobs because we'll be doing it. So yes, it goes together.
Okay.
It goes together. One doesn't go with the other. You're correct. You have to allow Americans, I would say in this case New Yorkers, to be able to get those jobs, to move forward, to learn AI for those who want to go AI, to be more in their physical field and trades when that happens. If you don't know this, the average tradesman in New York is over 50. That's a problem. The average age of a tradesman should be in his 30s. That should be the average tradesman. When we bring the youngsters in, that will change. We won't need migrants anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So.
absolutely.
All right, did I answer that question? Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Yes, all right. About Donald Trump. I don't care about Donald Trump. I don't mean to be mean. If somebody don't like it, I don't care. What I care about is New York State. That's what I care about. If he does stuff that hurts us, I'm going to fight him. If he does stuff that doesn't hurt us, I'm going to say yay. I don't care. Our state's broken. We are in trouble. We are, again, I'll say it again, we're losing 300,000 people every year. We took in at least 200,000 migrants last year. and we still lost 100,000 people. Let me say it again. We took in at least 200,000 migrants last year, and we still lost 100,000
Is
people.
that the city or the state?
That's the state. The state took in 200. Probably took more. That's why I say at least. We don't know exactly. At least 200,000. Most came into New York City, by the way. The majority came into New York City, but many of them went upstate afterwards. But we took in at least 200,000, and we still lost that. So if Trump's going to help out, awesome. All Trump. If he's not going to help out, get out of my way, Trump. I don't care. I want this to be fixed. That's what I'm concerned. Did I answer your question?
All right, here's another inflammatory question.
Okay, hold on. Let me get someone else first. What are you doing? Anybody else? Anybody else got any question first? Okay, go back.
Here's the one they're going to get you with, Larry.
They're never going to get.
Are you going to rehire all the fried workers who didn't take the Dr. Fauci ouchie?
Yes,
Yes.
here's the issue with that. I do not want to rehire them all. What I want to do is somehow make them whole. Because some of them don't want to come back. If I only offer the job back, some of them don't want to come back. They're burned. They don't want to come back. Some of them have found their careers. Some of them have moved on. If I just offer it back, a lot of them are not going to be made whole. Does that make sense? So I want to have more options for them to make them whole versus just hiring them back is easy. I'll hire them back. But what happens? I'll fire them right after, whatever. That's it. That's a cop out. I want to actually give them some type of make them whole in some way. Many of them they're doing different things now. They're gone. I mean, that was 5 years ago. Right? Some of them have got degrees, moved on. So you have to find a way of making things right, making them whole. So I go actually further than that.
All right.
But
Just a thought. If the crime rate in, let's say, New York City becomes so out of hand,
yep.
especially if this economy wins, would you be willing to support Trump sending in the National Guard to the city like he did to these people?
I do the same thing I always talk about. If local people want the help, yes. That's all I care about. If local people want the help, yes. I would always rather, if the feds come in, it is not National Guard. I'd rather have them FBI, those types of things. I'd rather, if I have a choice, that's where I want to go. The problem is I want to militarize the city if I don't have to. Look, if you have to, I get it. But I'd always rather not militarize if I don't have to. I don't want it to be normal for us to have guys in the streets with M16s. Well, now it's M4s, now it's M4s.
M4.
When I was in M16, now it's M4s. Yeah, now it's M4s. I would rather that not be the case. So I'm always going to focus if I can. Instead, support local law enforcement with federal resources or federal intelligence or federal anything. I'd rather have local people do the job if at all possible. The National Guard is the last resort. Does that make sense? Any other questions or comments? Guys, thanks so much for that. I appreciate it. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.